Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC Mura here, and in today's video we're gonna talk about why Street Fighter 5 is such a stressful game to play. But first allow me to tell you the stories that got me to thinking about that. I was sitting at home yesterday, and in my current situation I only got the PlayStation 5 at my home. I don't have access to my PC, right? And when I was sitting at home I said, you know what, I just wanted to play some games, and I played a little bit of the new Ninja Turtles, but you know what, we are fighting game players, so really I have the most enjoyment playing fighting games. And on my PlayStation I have Guilty Gear, DNF, King of Fighters, Street Fighter, everything. And I started by playing a little bit of Guilty Gear, and then I switched over and played a little bit of DNF, and then I switched over and played a little bit of King of Fighters. And every single time I was thinking about switching to a new game, I had the idea of trying to play Street Fighter 5, but I haven't played Street Fighter 5 on PlayStation for so long, and I was always worried about playing the game on PlayStation. Obviously in Street Fighter 5 there is a huge emphasis on dashes and reacting to the opponent action. A lot of the attacks, a lot of everything honestly is very fast, and I am used to the PC version right now, which have less input lag. So playing on a PlayStation meant that I will not be able to react to the stuff that I usually react to, and I was kinda annoyed, or at least fearful, of playing on PlayStation because it might result in me having a very bad experience, feeling a ton of salt, anger, you know how it is. And then I was checking my phone, and on Twitter I found this tweet by Benedict. He is one of my friends over on the UK. You might know him as Frost. And the tweet says, I feel 10 times less stress in a game that you get 2 touch skilled and have to block for 5+ seconds, obviously with high-low mix-ups, than I do trying to react to random dashes or -2 dashes on Oki in Street Fighter 5. So he is echoing pretty much the same experience as I do. And obviously he's talking here about DNF, where obviously the damage output in that game is very high, and you can be stuck in block stun for ages. The point here is, for some reason, Street Fighter 5 is such a stressful game to play, right? It feels like maybe the game is designed that way, or maybe because I don't want to say I have too big of an ego when I'm playing Street Fighter 5, that a loss in that game will be more hurtful. I really don't know, right? But I don't really care that much when I lose in Guilty Gear, King of Fighters, or whatever, as much as I do when I lose in Street Fighter 5. I think that is honestly factual. Obviously I do love the game, I have to say it, I love Street Fighter 5, but damn man, Benedict and my feelings, I feel like, alright. Street Fighter 5 is a game where a lot of the high level tactics can only be accessed if you are able to check very hard to react to situations. So if you want to play the proper neutral, the whiff punish and all of that in Street Fighter 5, you have to be able to ground your opponent. Your opponent will do a ton of jumps, a ton of dashes, a ton of really YOLO tactics, like with a button into DB, you know how it is, and it is up to you to react to that and to stop it. And unfortunately that can be very difficult, especially given how on PlayStation, the PlayStation version have a little bit more of input lag if you're playing on the TV that have even more input lag. So reacting to stuff like, say, an Ed doing dash up into button, you're not gonna stop him with a jab. That's just not gonna happen. Like, you have to, at this point you have to predict that the dash is coming, while a player that is playing on PC will react to the dash. Obviously even easier for them if their setup is optimal. And a lot of, obviously, a lot of the results of not being able to react to that is you being put into more okay situation and not being able to get out. Street Fighter 5 is a game where defense is pretty powerful, but also it does feel somewhat scary to defend in this game because the damage output is very high. So if you make the wrong choice, you're in for a world of hurt, and typically a lot of characters have like knockdowns into Oki, and you know how it goes. I think it's a very fun game to play once you actually get to play the main game itself, but to get there you have to bypass the reaction test, which is unfortunate. And obviously when you factor factor in the fact that the game is very much I don't want to say punishing, but it really is, especially when it comes to like the ranking system. And that's why you see a lot of people just playing in casual. And honestly, a lot of times I don't even want to bother and just gonna play on casual, and that sucks. Wanting to play Street Fighter but not wanting to play it because you just don't want to have to deal with that nonsense. That kind of sucks, and my hopes are for the future of the game, maybe in a game like Street Fighter 6, that these issues would be at least a little bit reduced. So far from what I've seen, dashes in Street Fighter 6 don't seem to be as powerful as they are in Street Fighter 5, and that seems to be a good thing. Obviously, when we talk about Street Fighter 5 being stressful, one of the biggest aspects is also the netcode, which is a big issue. And trust me when I say this, when you play at a high enough level, like let's say Grandmaster or Master and above, I feel like at this point you need to have a PC version. Like honestly, it does feel like almost a requirement. Yes, obviously you can get by playing on PlayStation, but the players who are on PC have such a divisive advantage that it's not even close anymore, which is unfortunate. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about the whole deal? Why do you think Street Fighter 5 is such a stressful game to play? Do you feel that way sometimes, that you wanna play the game but you feel like if you end up playing it, you will not be able to react or deal with certain stuff, and that will get you angry and salty? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, one thing I do want to say is I do have a dojo. It's the MC Mura FGC. You will be seeing it under my gamer tag in this video. So if you want to join the dojo, check out the link on the CFN portal, and we will be accepting requests, obviously. So that is if you wanna kind of represent and join the Mura Nation. Let's call it the Mura Nation. Sounds cool. Yes, I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and stay safe.